Hello and welcome back to Lighthouse. I'm Tommy Daniels. So today is Testimony Tuesday. So you're probably watching this on a Tuesday, or maybe not. But I just wanted to share about walking on water with God and trusting Him enough to know that you wouldn't sink. I think sometimes if you read the story about Peter walking on water in the Bible, and when it seemed like basically it was scary and all around him like there was turbulence, but Jesus was at the other side, and he was there to hold him when he began to sink. And I think for us, of course, we're not literally walking on all. Well, for me anyway, I'm not literally walking on water, but it's I say walking on water in terms of like going into like unfamiliar terrains, or going into like new territory, or some that could maybe somewhat scary, or just going through things that are you really it's out of your comfort zone basically. The most recent example I have of this, of walking on water, and God coming through as He always does, is in relation to like our house, like you know project, as I call it. So we've recently like been having major works done in our house, or major refurbishment works in our house. And when we started this, it was in the most really it didn't make sense to start at that time, because we didn't, not only did we not have the funds for it, but it also seemed like even like one of our sources of income had just been cut. And then so sensibly you think that the next thing we should be doing is, okay, let's just assume that we have three sources. Okay, yeah, let's assume we have three sources of income. So one of them had just been cut, and we didn't know what was going to happen or when that was going to change. And then so you think that naturally with these two sources of income that we've got left, we would the smart thing or the logical thing to do would be like, let's save as much as possible, let's be wise with our spending. But no, we decided at that time that, it was time to, do the works in our house. Like we've been waiting for like a year or so. And we set out to do it, started buying materials, and we put a date, moved out, started doing it. And I cannot tell you how awesome God was through the process. Like it's just so beautiful to know that honestly, like we could continuously have been waiting and sitting and saying like something will happen, or like we'll just get funds like from somewhere and then we'll start it, not knowing that really we could go out there, we could start, and God will back us up as He's always done. And this is not like the first time that I've experienced this, and by us I mean myself and my husband, but this is not the first time I've experienced this. But I just it's just nice, like it's really nice to know that God's got you and He wouldn't let you sink and is watching you. And so I'm saying this, and okay, well, just to make this a bit more tangible in terms of like I had made some payments like in the past, and all of a sudden like we get a refund from the payments, or someone like my company decided to reimburse part of the cost of that payment. Yeah, just different ways, like things were just coming, like, and even one of the sources of income that we, I also talked about like the third source of income, like just suddenly not being there. Somehow God brought that back, and it became three sources of income, but not just three sources as they've always been. It's like they just became they started flowing more. And I just know that God was really showing us and saying like, look, as in, if you decide to move, like I will back you, and if you decide to do things, I'll back you. And I know it's not just for this project, but it's teaching us something that maybe this is something we would even need for the future. It's really teaching us to know that don't ever think that you don't have enough, or don't ever let money stop you, because I've got you. So just move, like I'll back you. And I think it's also important to note at this point in that before this, like we had sown a seed that was costly for us at the time, because this was like before we decided like to start doing like works in our house. But we'd sown a seed, and it was just, for me, I remember telling God, I said, God, I've given in the past, I've done many things in the past, but I haven't really, like, I hear people talk about testimonies and say, oh, this is what God did, particularly this was in the area of finance, but I haven't really experienced that. Like this seed is quite a major one for us. So please, Lord, show me, like show me and come through, like for us, like in our finances in particular. That was like, my heart desires. I gave that. And then soon after that, like a couple of weeks after that, like that was when like these things began to happen. And yeah, and I think also what that seed, or what, before I gave that seed, where it was in church, and it was just like, listening to a sermon, and one of the scriptures was in John 3:27, when it was saying that there's nothing that we have not received. And I think it just really changed things for me. I probably knew it, but it really like it that God, there's nothing I have that has not been given. And also I realized that God is responsible for me because he's my father. So it's not up to me to be like worrying about like how I'm going to pay bills, or how I'm going to do this, or how I'm going to do that. Like, it's up to God because he's my father. Like, you don't expect a three, or you wouldn't see a 3-year-old worried about, oh my god, what am I going to eat today? Well, generally, for the most part, you won't see a 3-year-old worrying about that. Or you won't see them like going to the shops and saying, oh my god, this is too expensive, I can't buy it. Generally, they're not thinking that. They're just thinking, I want it and I need to get it. They're not thinking about how it should come. And I think sometimes we need to be like that, like and this is not just in the area of finance. It's like, is God asking you to do anything? Is he telling you to move in any direction? Like, instead of you thinking of the how, like how is it going to work out, what's it going to, just move and know that it will back you. Like, it will not let you sink. Just like Peter, like if it means him having to come catch you, and when you're getting distracted by the winds, he would do it. Very much, like, actually think about it. Like, when Peter started to look around and he saw the winds and he got distracted and fear came in, God could have said, or Jesus could have said, I'm not going to honor that because you're disobeying. I told you to come, so you need to come. But he didn't do that. Like, he stretched forth his hand. So right where you are, like even in the midst of the doubt and the fear and everything, God will still meet you. But you need to take a step. You need to take a step. All right. I hope this encourages you to know that God really, 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 really does care for you. He's your father. He would not let you sink. So just make that move today. I look forward to hearing your testimonies. Thank you so much for watching. Please share this video. You never know who you'll be encouraging. Bye.